Welcome to this presentation on integrating social and emotional learning into content area lesson plans. Social and emotional learning, or SEL, is the process through which children and young adults understand and manage emotions, set and achieve positive goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain personal relationships, and make responsible decisions. As educators, we know the importance of SEL, but with high-stakes testing and so much content to teach, students don't always have the space in their schedule to take a class dedicated to social-emotional learning, or to be pulled out into a small group. In order to overcome these challenges, SEL can be a focus in the classroom alongside the content focus. The research shows that there are long-term positive benefits for students who have SEL training. These students have a 6% higher graduation rate and an 11% improvement in college attendance and earning a college degree. They are less likely to drop out of high school, contract an STD, get arrested, or be diagnosed with a clinical health disorder. According to the Commission on Academic, Social, and Emotional Development, or CASEL, the core competencies of SEL are self-management, relationship skills, responsible decision-making, self-awareness, and social awareness. SEL should be more than just a short lesson. It should be a systemic approach that intentionally cultivates a caring, participatory, and equitable learning environment and evidence-based practices that actively involve all students in their social, emotional, and academic growth. Teachers can start integrating SEL into their lessons by writing SEL objectives alongside their standards-based objectives. For example, take a high school math lesson on functions. The academic focus is students explore patterns and sequences and informally explore the concept of function. The SEL focus is students explain their thinking, understand their partner's thinking, reach agreement, and persevere. The SEL core competencies that would be addressed by this objective are social awareness, relationship skills, self-awareness, and self-management. These objectives would be met by having the students sit with their partners and think, pair, share, take notes together, work together, and reflect on the lesson. There are a number of strategies that you can use to integrate SEL into any class. Here's a few examples. Teach perspective taking with read-alouds. This is a strategy that many educators do already, but by intentionally integrating this as an SEL focus in a class, teachers can teach empathy. While reading a story, spend time talking about how some of the characters might think and feel. Use this time to highlight that this is perspective taking, a skill that we use to understand others' emotions and thoughts. This can be done with any text you're already reading. Practice problem-solving skills. Students often have issues or challenges to overcome. They come to their teachers for help, but teachers should avoid solving it for them right away. Encourage your kids to think about how they could solve their problem. Keep a 10-minute policy. Students can get your help, but they need to think about the problem for at least 10 minutes first. Often, students will figure out a solution on their own, or with a friend during that time. This is a skill that can be strengthened through literature by discussing characters, problems, and making predictions about solutions. This skill will promote self-management, self-awareness, and responsible decision-making. Encourage positive self-talk. Self-talk is the voice in our mind that reassures and encourages us. It helps us control our emotions so we can deal with problems appropriately. Today, students hear a lot of negative, especially on social media. So teaching positive self-talk explicitly is really important. Model this and encourage it every day. Encourage reflection. After students complete a task, assessment, project, or assignment, encourage them to reflect on their own progress. This is a critical SEL skill that can be used across all curriculum. Practice mindfulness. Using mindfulness in the classroom can help teach kids how to calm down before a test, manage their emotions when they're upset, and just feel happier in the moment. Students sometimes do not know how to calm down on their own. Teaching mindfulness can help kids learn breathing strategies, how to focus on just one thing at a time, and relaxing our bodies. Mind Yeti is a great website and has short videos that can be played at the beginning of class. This will help increase focus, and hopefully students will take this skill to them to other classes and test-taking situations. Play games. It's helpful to have an assortment of games that focus on social-emotional skills, such as communication, empathy, and problem-solving. But there are many topics in each content area that can lend themselves to a game. Games allow students to practice self-control skills, relationship skills, and social awareness skills. Create SMART goals. SMART goals are a way to help students have control over what they want to accomplish. You can have students write SMART goals for academics or for social needs. Check in on these goals periodically so that students can identify if their strategies are working or not, and make decisions about how to change their approaches to make their goals a success. Teach and model active listening skills. All students need to learn strong active listening skills for success in all types of relationships. Students will use them in your classroom when you're teaching, when they're working with a partner, on an assignment, or when they're just chatting with a friend. Practice respectful disagreeing. People are going to disagree sometimes, so learning how to disagree respectfully is a critical skill. Have students discuss and debate topics, making sure that they actively listen to the other person and respect that opinion even when they don't agree. Be sure to have sentence stems available so that they can learn and practice appropriate phrases and responses. Social emotional learning is best implemented on a school-wide level. This will influence the culture of the school. As educators, we can start that culture change by purposefully focusing on these skills in our classrooms and placing the same amount of thought and importance on it as our content.